Good morning, friends and family and classmates. Today I want to talk to you about a subject that's growing in practice and prevalence, the subject of cohabitation. How many people out here are not married? How many people would like to be married and would not like to marry the wrong person? How many people want to find their soulmates? Okay, well, according to Glenn Stanton, who has spent his career doing research on the family spent part of the time with the George W. Bush administration and also with the Ministry of Focus on the Family, he says that nobody marries their soulmate and everybody marries the wrong person. The reason is because soulmates are not found, they're developed over years. And so what people who cohabitate are attempting to do in a few short years really can only be accomplished through years, even decades of marriage. Cohabitation fails to meet the goals that it assumes. I've been a pastor for 5 years and been in ministry for over 20 years. I've met numerous single couples who are living together, even members of the church that I had to address the situation with, so I can tell you that it is prevalent. Regardless of its cultural acceptance, cohabitation is contrary to biblical standards and teaching and counterproductive to those who are involved with it. So in the few short minutes that I have, I want to make the case that cohabitation is unbiblical, number one. Number two, that it produces negative consequences to everyone involved, including children. And number three, it does serious harm to the testimony of the body of Christ. First of all, cohabitation is unbiblical, therefore unacceptable. The only sexual expression that is condoned and blessed by God is found within the context of marriage. Hebrews 13 verse 4 says that marriage is honorable above all, and the marriage bed is undefiled. But whoremongers and fornicators God will judge. Even when people live together and supposedly are not sleeping together, that still presents the appearance of evil. And Paul said in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 21 and 22, prove all things, hold fast to that which is good, and abstain from all appearance of evil. Cohabitators tend to be more liberal in their social attitudes and many times non-religious. That's according to Gulf and Sherman research. Secondly, cohabitation results in negative consequences to everybody involved, including children. Cohabitors tend to place more value on their own autonomy or independence rather than the durability of the relationship. So this thinking tends to permeate their mind over periods of time. It becomes ingrained in their thinking. And so what happens is, instead of cohabitation being a test run for marriage, it's actually a catalyst for divorce. The divorce rate among those who cohabitate before marriage is 50% greater than those who don't. And that's shocking. And that's according to Chapman. Women also tend to get the short end of the stick when it comes to cohabitation. They usually bring more material possessions into the relationship. They expend more energy and effort to keep the relationship alive and vibrant. But they get less satisfaction in terms of relational commitment and security. The idea of cohabitation is this. This is the mindset of cohabitants. I only really like to take part of you, and maybe I'll take the rest later. 3/4 of the children who live with cohabiting parents can expect to see their parents split up before they reach the 16th birthday, which creates another myriad of personal and social problems, according to Gordusky. Children are 10 to 33 times more likely to experience abuse in homes where parents or boyfriend and girlfriend are cohabitating, many times because one of the parents are not the biological parent. But that's not always the case. And that's high. And that's according to Chapman's research. Lastly, cohabitors help to destroy the testimony of the church. Unbelievers mock the church because cohabitation is one of those things that you can't hide, by the way. So cohabitors tend to mock, people mock the church because they know that's going on in the church. Peter said, many will follow their sensuality, and because of them the way of truth will be maligned. Thus the testimony of the individual is destroyed, and also the testimony of the church. Because as Paul said, a little leaven leavens the whole lump. It's just like a virus in the body. It affects everybody. So in summary, cohabitation is immorality in disguise. It is unacceptable, especially for believers. It prepares individuals for independence rather than commitment. And it creates the perfect storm for the abuse of children. Cohabitation is contrary to biblical teachings. It should be confronted as sin and discouraged as counterproductive. Let me leave you with this thought. You will never find your soulmate or the person of your dreams by living with them first. That person only comes through time and commitment. Thank you.